Welcome back to our channel, where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today we bring you some news. Camilla left speechless after King Charles finally made a shocking decision by Anne's bold move. An insider source said that a significant conflict arose among senior royal personnel when King Charles decided to let Camilla's children participate in the Sandringham Walkabout while excluding Princess Catherine's parent from the guest list. A senior working royal sternly admonished King Charles about his wife's recent behavior, which went against the Queen's legacy. The source claimed that King Charles has definitively rejected Queen Camilla's desire for royal titles for her children. As a result, a contentious discussion once again engulfs the royal family. Throughout his reign, King Charles implemented many decisions that have profoundly transformed the dynamics of the monarchy. These activities have put the royal family and the public in a state of astonishment. The omission of Queen Camilla from Charles's will has sparked significant arguments, highlighting the tension between personal loyalty and the need to safeguard the crown's lineage. This remarkable development relates not just to inheritance laws, but also to the intricate network of relationships and responsibilities that define the British royal family. Alongside the royal rift, Camilla's shock. Camilla, the Queen consort, has always been a polarizing figure both within the royal family and among the general public. Her journey from being Charles's confidant during his marriage to Diana, Princess of Wales, to becoming his wife and Queen consort has been fraught with challenges. Her path started as a confidant to Charles. Her abrupt exclusion from the King's will has escalated the drama to unprecedented heights. Following years of dedication and assistance, Camilla was surprised by this decision, which she saw as a betrayal, according to royal insiders. The sensation of exclusion was very personal for Camilla. She believed that her sacrifices and endeavors, after decades of service to the royal family and assuming a challenging role, sometimes met with public skepticism, had secured her status inside the institution. She had devoted decades to serving the royal family. She had supported Charles throughout his tumultuous ascent to the throne, endorsed his vision for a reformed monarchy, and assumed royal responsibilities with increasing visibility. She received a devastating revelation upon discovering her exclusion from his last wishes. Camilla reportedly said, "I never anticipated it would reach this point," according to an individual well acquainted with her. "In the end, it appears that someone has overlooked me." The decision to exclude Camilla from King Charles's will was both a personal disappointment for her and a public statement. Reports indicate that the Queen consort, who has supported Charles through several challenges, struggled to comprehend the rationale for this choice. She said, "I never anticipated he would act in this manner." She articulated her incredulity and grappled with the consequences of the decision. Conversely, sources affiliated with the royal family assert that this decision signifies a shift in the king's priorities, notwithstanding Charles's commitment to Camilla, which has been a hallmark of their relationship. Charles seems to prioritize the stability and legacy of the monarchy above his personal relationships. Source of the rift. A growing rift exists among the royal family about Camilla's role and behavior, as reported by those privy to sensitive information. Her insistence on royal titles for her children from her prior marriage was among the most contentious elements of the dispute. Reports indicate that this proposal generated significant discord among senior royals, with Princess Anne and Prince William emerging as the most outspoken dissenters. Is it their argument? Should such an action occur, it would compromise the monarchy's principles and transgress Queen Elizabeth's legacy? The Sandringham Walkabout, a popular royal tradition, escalated into a situation of increased hostility. Camilla's insistence on including her children in the ceremony but excluding the parents of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, faced widespread criticism. Reports indicate that top working royals saw this as a breach of etiquette and a departure from the dedication to inclusivity and tradition established by the late Queen Elizabeth. One source observes, attendance at an event is not the sole consideration. The preservation of the values and traditions that characterize the monarchy is the primary objective of this initiative. Senior royals reportedly issued a stern warning regarding this incident, highlighting Camilla's actions as an escalating threat to the institution's stability. Behind the scenes, events were threatening to further destabilize the royal family. The royal villa, a historic residence of considerable importance to the monarchy's history, became the focal point of the whole controversy. Having previously seized responsibility for the management of many royal assets, Camilla exerted full control over the residence for her own use. King Charles and other senior royals viewed this action as a blatant violation of the protocols that regulate royal matters. Reports indicate that Princess Anne privately remarked that villa is not hers to take. She stressed that it belongs to the monarchy. This statement constituted a breach of trust for Anne, who has been actively involved in the preservation of royal assets, and it also served as an affront to the legacy bequeathed by the crown. Her frustration at Camilla's many actions underscored the growing discord among the family. Princess Anne and Prince William, the rational voices inside the royal family. Princess Anne and Prince William have emerged as significant figures in addressing these challenges. Anne, renowned for her steadfast commitment to her responsibilities, played a crucial role in King Charles's decision-making process. Multiple sources have indicated that Anne did not frame her motivations as personal grievances against Camilla, but instead as a crucial action to protect the monarchy's future. Her emphasis on preserving institutional integrity resonated with Charles. Furthermore, Prince William, the heir apparent, expressed his viewpoint. His top priority was to uphold the monarchy's reputation while also protecting the family unit. While he expressed disagreement with the public dimension of Camilla's exclusion, he endorsed the fundamental principle of maintaining royal assets directly under the family's control. The challenge of King Charles, the duty of a true monarch. Amidst the grandeur of Buckingham Palace and the solemnity of the crown, King Charles faces the human issue of reconciling his royal responsibilities with his personal relationships. His decision to exclude Queen Camilla from his will had considerable personal repercussions, notwithstanding the bravery of his deed to safeguard the monarchy's continuity. Sources familiar with the matter indicate that the king is grappling with a profound internal conflict, torn between his devotion to his wife and his duty to the institution he has dedicated his life to leading. According to a historian, Charles found this decision difficult to make. It was the result of several weeks of profound contemplation, sleepless nights, and frank discussions with trustworthy individuals. In the weeks leading up to the pronouncement, individuals close to the monarch saw him grappling with his emotions. Although Charles recognized the need of prioritizing the security and heritage of the crown, he also faced the distressing prospect of potentially alienating Camilla, a steadfast presence in his life for many years. The royal aide said that Camilla benefited from his steadfast support. It must be incredibly painful for him to make a decision that could have a significant impact on her. Nonetheless, he was certain that he had no alternative. Reports indicate that the king dedicated significant time to scrutinizing royal conventions, etiquette, and the broader implications of his actions. His private study, often a source of tranquility, ultimately became a sanctuary for contemplation. The consequences of his decisions weighed him down, replacing his usual tranquility with a subdued despondency, according to observers in this era. It represents the burden of a legacy. King Charles is very aware of the legacy he is creating. Having ultimately ascended to the throne after a protracted wait, he is steadfast in his commitment to uphold the devotion to service and stability shown by Queen Elizabeth before her death. Conversely, this commitment entails the recognition that sustaining the monarchy may require personal sacrifices, including the potential forfeiture of his closest relationships during this period. A royal historian said that he often mentioned his mother's steadfast commitment to duty. In his view, this decision reflects her policy of prioritizing the institution above any other consideration, even personal gratification, disclosing confidential information to relatives. Throughout his deliberations, Charles heavily depended on Princess Anne and Prince William for guidance. Anne's pragmatic perspective framed the problem as separate from human emotions. A royal source said Anne did not attempt to embellish anything. She did not convey what he desired to hear. Instead, she communicated what he required to hear. William, however, adopted a sympathetic perspective about the issue, acknowledging his father's affection for Camilla and his awareness of the challenges associated with their royal responsibilities. The report said, William reminded Charles that the monarchy's survival necessitated difficult choices. Nevertheless, he also reassured his father that he need not shoulder this burden alone. Although they supported him, Charles often retreated into isolation to cope with the emotional burden of his decision. In private, he told his closest friends that this was one of his hardest decisions. A member of the royal staff said that he felt as though he was betraying a part of himself. Nonetheless, he recognized that his profession required sacrifices. The public expressed a spectrum of emotions in reaction to these events. Although many expressed sympathy for Camilla and consider her exile a grave error, others praise King Charles for prioritizing the stability of the monarchy. A commentator on royal matters said, "This concerns more than an individual. In an ever-evolving world, it is imperative to ensure the monarchy's continued existence." Furthermore, other experts have deliberated the ramifications of this verdict. Historian Sarah Whitaker notes that Charles's actions indicate a shift in the monarchy's approach to governance. While upholding its traditions, it advances toward modernity. Conversely, Whitaker warned that the decision will exacerbate the pre-existing familial disputes, thereby influencing public perception of the matter. The future prospects of the monarchy. The controversies affecting the royal family now have substantial ramifications for the monarchy. King Charles's exclusion of Camilla from his will signifies a departure from tradition, ushering in an era where the institution takes precedence over personal connections. The choice significantly undermines Camilla's authority within the family, causing her distress. Although she persists in fulfilling her public duties with Charles, speculations about her clandestine role remain prevalent. A multitude of persons feel that Princess Anne's participation is crucial in determining the outcome. Her steadfast commitment to maintaining the indisputable standards of the monarchy illustrates her role as one of the most reliable custodians of the crown. Prince William's principal goal is to ensure a smooth transition to his future reign, a task complicated by the existing internal divisions within the family. This is a pivotal moment in the chronicles of royal history. A pivotal point in King Charles's reign occurred when he decided to exclude Camilla from his will. It embodies a more extensive account of transformation within the monarchy, aiming to reconcile the demands of modernity with the need to preserve tradition. The decision has faced substantial criticism, yet it also illustrates the challenges inherent in managing an institution as complex as the British royal family. This move has not only altered Charles's relationship with Camilla, but has also positioned him as a monarch willing to make significant compromises for his country's greater good. This serves as a powerful reminder that individuals, with their emotions, challenges, and humanity, ultimately hold the crown, infused with history and authority. This action raises the question of whether it will enhance the crown's future or exacerbate the existing divisions within the royal family. Time and history will ultimately reveal the full extent, but it's likely that people will recognize King Charles' reign for its brave and sometimes difficult actions. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts, and goodbye for the time being.